What's going on, everybody? Hope you all are having a fantastic day today. Now, before we hop into the commentary, just want to let you guys know it is thunderstorming a little bit behind me. I wanted to use some different gameplay that I could actually use sound for because of the rain that's going on behind me. I didn't want it to, annoy you guys with this commentary. But this is the only gameplay that I really have of the new Loadout Drop price. So I wanted to make sure I got some accurate gameplay for what I'm talking about today. So I'm just going to go with it. No sound on the gameplay because, like I said, I can't have sound on this one. It'll kind of, off-throw the commentary that I have for you guys. So I'm just going to keep my fingers crossed and pray to God that the rain isn't going to be too loud. But I do believe that one of the most talked about situations in Warzone is definitely the connection that we have with this game mode. Trust me, the connection is definitely a big problem for me and a lot of other people that I know as well. But besides the connection, I think the Loadout Drops really throws people off from this BR experience, and it makes it, I guess you should say, a little too casual of a battle royale, which is nothing wrong with that, because this is Call of Duty, and Call of Duty, as everybody knows, is a casual experience, and since multiplayer is insanely sweaty, it is nice to have a mode that is a little bit more laid back and calm compared to your traditional experience, especially since the footsteps are lower in Warzone, the red dots show up on the minimap in Warzone, and it just plays a lot differently than the original multiplayer. But the Loadout Drops definitely add a layer of casual gameplay to a BR, because the best part about BRs is the luck factor to it. You aren't always guaranteed to have exactly what you want. And when you win a game where you are running with things that you weren't really expecting to have, guns that you weren't used to, attachments you weren't used to, lethals or tacticals you weren't used to, and you come out on top, it's a really good feeling. Because like I said, in BR, it's always that luck factor. And when you come over to the Modern Warfare Warzone experience, that luck factor kind of goes away because you're more than likely guaranteed to get a loadout drop. And loadout drops are really key to winning this game mode because it gives you your best weapons that you're most used to. You're used to the recoil patterns of those weapons, the attachments on those weapons, the tacticals and lethals on those classes. You know what you're about to pick up, and you dominate with what you're about to pick up. Now, the original price was, I believe, $6,000, which was pretty low, but they upped it to, $8,500? And as you saw, we pretty much got that right away in the gameplay, and we still all have plenty of money. I mean, it doesn't really make a difference that they raised the price of the loadout drops. I think it's going to be pretty much the same deal, if not worse than what it used to be, because now since it's more expensive, if your teammates die, because remember, you need at least 4,500 to bring teammates back in. That's the most challenging part of raising the loadout drop prices, is that now you're going to have to manage your money a little bit more than usual, which more than likely is going to force players to end up having to use guns that they found on the ground, because if they don't have a good start or their teammates are dying, they're going to have to use all their money at reviving their teammates instead of worrying about getting their custom classes. And if you are versing other players who didn't have to worry about dying, players who didn't go to the gulag, they're going to have their custom loadouts, and they're going to have all the sauce, and you guys are kind of out of luck, because in the late game, you can't go ahead and pick up your custom classes because you're too busy trying to use your money on other things, whether it's armor plates, to get a gas max, to get your teammates back. It's rough sometimes while you're playing Warzone. So raising the price, honestly, I don't think that was the solution to fixing this whole issue here. And honestly, I think it's a better solution to this whole thing. I think they should just completely remove the option of being able to purchase loadout drops by yourself. First off, the loot in Warzone is trash, and they added more stuff into Warzone, but it's still trash. They need to work on their variations of actual loot and weapons, because a lot of it just kind of sucks, I'm not going to lie. The attachments are kind of bland, they're boring, kind of obnoxious, which leads people to want to get their loadout drops because they don't want to use that worthless crap. Because as you guys know, the Infinity Ward devs obviously don't know what Call of Duty is. So all the custom classes that they make and all the loadouts they make and the attachments that they put on weapons are all booty cheeks. They don't know what they're doing. So it's not really fun to use the weapons that they make for you. You would rather use your own gun because you know that you can make something better than the developers can. So before anything, they have to give us better loot. Loot is so crap in Warzone, they have to make this better, because if they're going to do what I'm about to say in this video right now for the loadout drops, they're going to have to make sure the loot is actually good. Because if they remove the loadout drops completely and it's not good loot to replace it, nobody's going to like it. Everybody's going to get pissed off. Everybody's going to be mad, including myself. And everybody's going to want them to bring back custom loadouts to be purchased manually if you have enough cash to get them. So obviously, they need to improve the loot. But after that, I think the best thing that they should do in this game, and it would definitely make it a little bit more spicier, more action, more fast-paced and fun times in Warzone, they should definitely make it so the loadout drops only drop when they do the random drops in the map. They do it like what? Maybe 1 to 2 times every single game. It's a random drop that comes into the map that you can go to without having to purchase it, which is very handy. But in order to make this work, they need to make it more. I'm thinking like maybe 5, maybe 6 drops a game, since you can't purchase it yourself, and then allow players to go to those drops. Because what will happen is players are going to want their perks, they're going to want their overpowered weapons, and instead of just sitting there going somewhere where nobody's going, you can go to you can parachute across the map when you first drop out of the plane, where nobody's going to be at. You guys can completely collect money in a vacant spot where no enemies are going to contest you, and then buy your loadout drop like it's nothing. No challenge. But if they have about 5 to 6 random drops and you can't purchase those loadout drops, it will encourage people to actually move, go get these loadout drops, and it'll probably be tons of action on these drops as well, because like I said, people want their perks. People want their good weapons. And if you can't purchase it, this is the next best way to get your custom class. You either go ahead and use the loot that the amazing Infinity Ward devs developed for you, or you go ahead and challenge like maybe 2 to 3 other teams to get your custom loadout drop. I think this personally would be the best possible way of handling this whole situation. It would be like a best of both worlds scenario. Everybody's going to be happy if they decide to do this. The people who don't want the custom loadout drops to be in the game, and the people who do want the custom loadout drops to be in the game. Because let's be honest, the people who don't want them to be in the game are kind of at an unfair advantage right now. Because allowing people to go ahead and purchase these things kind of forces you to purchase it as well, because you're at a disadvantage if you don't do so. But if it's just random drops that are coming down every once in a while, that's not at your own personal control, and a lot less people are going to be able to get it. Usually, everybody in the lobby is going to have custom loadouts. Everybody. But now, if they take it away from being purchased and have random drops, only a few people will be able to have their custom loadouts. And those people are going to be the ones who were more daring, more aggressive, who wanted to get into combat, and they risked their lives to get those loadouts. So now when you see someone using their custom classes, you look at them and you say, oh crap, they mean business. They went and either fought someone, or maybe they got extremely lucky and nobody contested the custom loadout drop. Something went down, but they were able to get that. And they didn't purchase it. They didn't land somewhere far off and just collect the money and get it. They didn't, kill 2 guys and get a lucky bunch of money and go purchase it. No, they literally went out and probably had a nasty gunfight, and now they have their custom classes. Because right now, in Warzone's current state, everybody has it. I mean, if you kill someone, usually they drop their custom loadout. And I am not encouraged to pick up their custom loadouts because I already have mine, If I was using random lootable guns and I killed a team who had their custom loadouts, I would more than likely pick up their guns since they're custom, and I don't have to use random guns that I looted on the ground. But since everybody in the game can get it, it's not that special, It doesn't feel important. And custom loadouts, that's the best part about Warzone. You should make it more challenging to get, more unique. So when you see people who have it, you're more afraid, or you want to kill them because you want their guns. It adds a different variable to Warzone, which would be very fun. But guys, that's just my personal opinion about it. I know a lot of you guys probably think differently, and make sure you leave a comment down below on what your personal opinion is on all of this stuff. Me personally, like I said, I really do enjoy the loadout drops. I think my favorite part about this BR is being able to use your custom classes. Very unique, very different, honestly, if we're going to compare it to any other BR. And it's a nice change, trust me, because you're allowed to use guns that you're familiar with. But I think it's just a little too overused. Way too many people are using these loadout drops in every single lobby, and it takes away from the luck factor of what you can find, the scavenging of the map, and trying to find different guns and variants of weapons, and the hype when you see a gold weapon. And for God's sake, when I see a gold weapon in this game mode, I don't even care. Like the gold M4 or the purple M4 that you can get, it's like whatever. I pass it up every single time because I have my custom loadout M4, and I know that nothing can top that. So they need to change something up. They need to definitely mess around with the loadout drop just a little bit more. And I think the best way to do so is just remove it from the buy station so you can't purchase your loadout drops, and just put maybe 5, 6, maybe even 7 custom loadout drops that drop randomly across the map, across each of the zones that close. I think that would be amazing. But guys, if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to go ahead and leave a like. If you hate to go, dislike it, whatever your personal opinion is. And also, if you did enjoy today's video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification button as well. Hopes to get notified on all my recent uploads. Also, if you just want to chat with me or see what I'm talking about, you can follow me over on Twitter at JbowenDaMan. And also, if you just want to catch me live streaming some video games, I do that over on Twitch at JbowenDaMan. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.